So Julius is wondering if you could make a quick introduction to 3D Coat, um, like you did for UV layout, but uh, maybe in the supplemental video or something.
Sure. I think I did a free lesson for UArtsy on texture painting just before the class started, and in that I went over a lot of these different 3D code features. So if you haven't seen that, definitely check it out, and it covers a lot of the technical aspects to sort of
Okay,
how to get started
maybe I
in
can
3D.
add that to the curriculum.
Yeah, yeah, check it out. Um, it's kind of good. But all I'm really doing now is I'm just using B to select brush and then C to select color picker, and that's pretty much all I'm doing, aside from the fancy freezing. Freezing is just sort of 3D Code's word for masking.
And Laura would
And
just like to kind of clarify what your approach is right now. Are you painting? She says you're not painting in shadows and highlights, but you're just trying to kind of establish the main colors. Is that correct?
pretty much, yeah, like all that pretty stuff like shadows and highlights and things like that will come later. But I think it's more important to sort of nail the initial sort of value and range of all the different colors in relationship to each other before you start going in and putting in all like the little pretty highlights everywhere.
Yeah.
You really need to nail the proper relationship between all the colors before you dive into that. Um, and it's also going to be a sort of like an evolving process where the values might look good in here, but once you get it into 3D code, not 3D code, Marmoset, and you start putting things like spec and all that on it, things might change a little bit, and you might have to adjust things and tweak them. But I guess that's more sort of reserved for the final tweaking phase. Yeah. But right now, I'm still sort of trying to separate all the colors somewhat. Uh, okay. It's one of those things where this process takes a lot longer than 2 hours, and I'm definitely going to have to record it for you and show you a bit more in the supplementals. such an annoying bug. Another thing is, I like to start off in 3D code, just so I can see the model in its sort of whole as I sort of paint these initial values and things. Once I've sort of nailed the colors a lot closer, I'll jump into Photoshop. I think the Photoshop brushes work a lot nicer in some regards. But I definitely like to work being able to see the entire model as I throw down colors on it. You can see how handy the masking is when you sort of want to hit areas with a gradient and not sort of affect other areas.